Hey there, welcome back to Craft Basics, where art is a passion and craft is your everyday life. In today's video, what I will be doing is I will be converting some, normal picture frames, and we will be converting them into wall decor pieces. All right, so these frames, took the paper from this one, I removed the back. So they had little stands on the back. I went ahead and I removed those. And what I'm going to do is on the glass surface, I am going to do a marble effect, right? So I'm going to use acrylic paint to create a marble effect on the back of the glass, which will show here. And for the frame itself, I want it to be one color, so I will be using this metallic paint and primer in one from Rust-Oleum. All right, so it's kind of like a silver with a little bit of a sheen to it, like a little bit of a glitter to it. So I'm gonna go off cam and I will spray the frames, and I will come back to walk you through the process of doing the glass. Okay, at the end, what we will do is to add some permanent vinyl print design to each frame, to each glass that we have created a marble print on. And I will also attach the hooks at the back so you're able to hang those on your wall. So I'll show you the entire process from start to finish, but I'll go off cam to get this each frame sprayed. All right, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet, go ahead and hit that subscription button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I will see you in a few. Okay, so while we wait for the spray paint to dry, we're going to clean the glass. Be very careful because these are usually pretty thin and can cut easily. So we're using some alcohol from my spray bottle and some paper towel. So quick and easy process. So we're gonna spray the alcohol on both sides of the glass, and we're just going to gently rub away all residues, or most of it, of course. Just to try to get a clean surface to work with. All right. All right, so those were already cleaned, and let's try this marble. All right, so I'm using my rubber paint protector. I use it whenever I'm working with acrylic paint so I don't, leave a mess or damage my surfaces. So here we go. I will be using just regular letter size paper, print paper, and I will get some paint on. Remember, we're making a marble effect, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So this one that I just used, it is a black glitter. There's a little glitter in it. And this one is a metallic pearl white. And this is just a regular white acrylic paint. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to use this sheet of paper to press against the paint. Yes. And I'm going to lift that up. And you can see the effect. So let me get this glass out of the way so I'm able to So we're just going to splash it on there, and I'm going to gently lift, and we're going to get the other side just to make sure that we have everything covered. We don't want any spots showing. All right, beautiful. So we just want a light background that we're able to work with. And we're going to set this aside and allow it to dry. All right, so there we go. All right, so let me go for my next glass. And I'm just going to rub it on. So each glass will have their, unique background, if you will. Because this process isn't going to give you the same exact print on each. All right. So where I may have missed a spot, I'm just using my paper to fill that in. Okay. And I'm going to set that aside and allow it to dry. And we have one more to go. So this one, I will use this paper again. All right, and then I'm going to set that aside and allow it to dry. Alrighty, so I will see you in a few. Oh, let me just turn it over so you have an idea of what we're working with. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so we're back, and this is a couple hours later. I would say I did 2 coats of the spray paint. This color is really pretty, and I left it to dry for about 3 hours. All right, so I'm gonna set these aside, and I will show you what we're working with for our glass marble design. All right, so this is one, and I did clean it a little bit. Can you see that pretty glitter shining through? All right, so this one was already cleaned. I am going to go ahead and clean the other glass. So you see the process that I used to get it clean. So I'm using my alcohol, and I'm grabbing a paper towel, just 1 sheet, and I'm just wiping the surface of the glass. All right, so that one sit aside, and for the last one, some alcohol, paper towel, and if there are any residues, any paint that came off, probably got on the glass on this side, we can easily just wipe it off. Okay. All right, so the next step is to grab one of these frames, and what I will do is I will insert the back in along with a sheet of white paper. So paper is going to fall here. Okay. So I'm going to add one of my glass. and a sheet of paper. This frame only came with 3 pins. I'm not sure why. This is so beautiful. I did not expect this result, but let's work with it. All right, so the vinyl prints that I will be attaching to the glass, you know, to really finalize this design, I will be using some minimalist prints that I did cut using my Cricut Explorer Air 2. All right, so the first one that I will apply, let's try this one. We're just going to peel the transfer. So the design was already cut. I had it on my transfer tape waiting to be used. I'm so excited. All right, so I just want to make sure that positioning is correct. And this is why I like using this mat when I'm working. It helps me to make sure that, you know, I am laying out my work in an organized or ruled way, right? So if you notice, I have it sitting in the middle here, so I know that is straight. So I'm just gonna eyeball this and add the design. Okay. So a very classy, simple, minimalist vibe. Something you create at home for yourself. You don't need to go into stores to buy the expensive stuff. You know, if you can just grab some frames and do this at home. Okay, so let's get that transfer tape up. And we're going to slowly peel away to make sure that our design is sitting on that glass. This is so nice. Like I knew it was going to be nice, but I didn't know it was going to be this nice. I am loving it. Loving it. Very nice. Look at that. I'm actually going to reuse this transferred paper for this print. So let me just add it to the, before I put it aside. All right, so once I add it, I am just rubbing it onto the transfer tape, and I'm going to set it aside until I'm ready for the next one. So let's take a closer look at this design. Can you see how pretty this is? Like, I am impressed. I love this. Amazing. All right, let's move on to our next frame. So frame flipped and insert glass carefully. Remember, this glass is on the thinner side. We don't want it to break. And then we're going to insert one of our paper. And why am I inserting this paper? It's just for support 1, and it allows the design to pop more from the background. All right, so that the marble design will pop more when I insert the white paper. Okay, and we're closing, closing, closing. There we have it. So each frame has its own individual vibe going on. Okay, so which one of these should we add to this one? I think I would love to see this one here. Let's see. Yeah, so let's go with this one. Okay. Once again, Let me just line this up properly in my little square. And I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing, okay? I think we're doing good with eyeballing. And we're just going to rub that design on. Yes, loving this vibe. Okay, so let's remove the transfer tape slowly once again. All right, so this needs a little bit more. Let's try from a different angle. All right, this one is giving us a little bit more work, but that's okay. The results will be worth it. I'm trying to use my weeding tool. All right, so let's go ahead and remove. Yeah. Remember to take your time. So in the event any of your vinyl is, you know, giving you a hard time, like this one is doing right now, you can try to correct it. Okay. All right. Should be be gentle. I think the reason why the vinyl is giving me such a hard time is because the lines are really thin. Okay, but it just takes a little patience, and that's all you need. All right, so here we have the second frame. We're going to set that aside. And let's work with the third frame. All right, so the same steps. You insert the glass and pull back. And you're going to insert your paper. And then you insert the back in. So don't press too hard. You don't want to damage the glass at the front, but you want to make sure that it's all the way down. All right, so this is our third and final piece. I think this was a very nice combination. The spray paint and the marble design that I did. Very, very beautiful combination. All right. So we're going to attach our final transfer. And once again, let's make sure that this is straight. And eyeball it a bit. This seems good. The lines are really thin on this one. I really hope it doesn't give me a hard time. So we'll just spend some time to rub it on. All right, let's attempt to remove this paper. All right. Let's try from this side. Smoothly coming off. All right. I think the angle did make a difference. For the most part. Alrighty. It's not as bad. Yes, there we go. Come on, we're almost there. We're almost there, so let's just use our tool here to just smooth these out a bit. And that is it for the third frame. All right, so there you have it. Can you see that really beautiful marble design showing out? All right, so we're finished with our frames. So let's just lay them out for you. Get my tools out of the way. All right. There you go. So all three frames are finished. Love the finish. Really beautiful. Inexpensive way to achieve, you know, this expensive look. All right, so we need to hang these, and you can use hooks of your choice, but what I will be using today are some picture frame hangers that I purchased on Amazon. All right, so we need 3 of those. And we need some screws to go with each. And I find these are very easy to install for me on, you know, picture frames. All right, so here's what you would want to do. You want to ensure that, you know, these are, for the most part, centered when you are applying them. All right, so let's go with our measuring mat again. It will help me to determine. All right, so I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares. We're working with 8 squares. So we really want this to fall in the middle. All right. So this would be the middle right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be your middle right here. And if you don't have a mat like mine, you can use your ruler. That's fine. So I am using a screwdriver you want to ensure that the screwdriver is the size that fits these little screws, okay? And I'm going to use my screwdriver to make a piercing hole so it's easier for me to drive the nails in. All right, so once you have done that, you want to put your screws, just use your finger to get the screws going. And these screws are really small, so hopefully they don't give me a hard time today. All right, I just want to get it into the hole a little bit. All right, I think I need to get some more in. Oops. Okay, let's try this again. And we're gonna go one at a time. All right, let's try a different approach. I really want these screws to sit in here. Alrighty. Okay. What I find is once I get one side to work, the other side usually complies. No challenges. So we're getting the screw in. Great job. And then for the next side, you want to just give it another little poke just to make sure that it's able to hold your screw. And there we have it. That wasn't so bad, was it? All right. So that's how you insert your screws for your frames. Right, so I'll repeat the same action on these two frames, but this is the final look for the wall decor that I wanted to share with you today. Let me know what your thoughts are on this set. Is this something that I can sell? Is this something that I should just keep at home? I'm open to your feedback. All right, so thank you so much for sticking with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and look out for my next video that's coming. I'm sure it will be just as interesting as this one. Bye.